All right, so follow me here. A rabbi, a minister, and a Muslim walk onto a stage. Sounds like a perfect setup for a joke, but actually describes the Laugh in Peace comedy tour.
Behind all those laughs, these three comics are hoping to spread a larger message of healing and of understanding. So we thought we'd let them tell their story in their own words.
I was heading down to Atlanta, and as often happens on a plane, the guy next to me, to kill time, he turns to me and says, "So, what do you do?" I didn't want to tell him the whole story. I said, I'm a stand-up comic. My name is Bob Alpert. I'm a rabbi and a full-time stand-up comic. A few minutes later, he leans across the empty middle seat. He says, "I got a joke for you, but you got to be real careful who you tell it to." There's these two Jews, see?
You can always count on the theology of the Southern Baptist to be short and sweet. My name is Susan Sparks, and I'm the senior pastor of Madison Avenue Baptist Church, and I'm a stand-up comedian. Like their idea of heaven. You ain't Southern Baptist, you ain't coming.
So when you live with an ethnic name, quote unquote, in America, you have to come up with little pronunciation tricks. My name is Azhar Usman, and I'm a stand-up comic. So yeah, my name is Azhar. It's like buzzer without the B. And then they go, Oozer?
I wanted to bring humor into the church, to change the face of the church, to make it a place of joy and hope, not judgment and shame.
When we do a show at a synagogue, when Azhar and I and Susan are at a synagogue, I introduce Azhar, and people are a little nervous, and he walks out, and the first thing I do, of course, is frisk him. But people, it relaxes people.
There's all this layers of, people's fear, which is irrational, and then exposing to them the irrationality of that fear. Do Muslims laugh? No, they just start punching each other in the face. Yes, they're human beings. I think there is this palpable sense of, religious people are not getting along in the world. The religions are fighting. We're living in this horrible time, and there are terrorists, and they're out to get us, and they look like me. And, there's this energy and this thing that's constantly put out there. It's almost like this culture of fear.
When people start laughing together, there's something we share in common. Well, the world's in the fix that it is because religion has created barriers instead of bridges. And so I think the bottom line with much of our work is to try to take that conversation and build a bridge.
At the University of Vermont, apparently Hebrew, Russian, and German are all located in the same building. It's called the Department of Semitic and Anti-Semitic Languages. And I look out in our audience, especially colleges, and I see the young women in the hijabs and the young men in yarmulkes sitting together and laughing together. And it's pure joy just to see that. Because people are relaxed, they can interact with each other in a way that's so much safer. And when people start liking each other, they start respecting their differences equally well.
If we bring fire, if we're really funny, I feel like we do this kind of double mitzvah, because we give them a great show and they're entertained, and then there's all this other stuff we're talking about, which is love and peace and all that, warm and fuzzy. And it's just like people feel like they had a great night.
One Jewish man says to his friend, "A terrible thing has happened. My son became a Christian." Second man says, "Funny you should mention it. My son too. What should we do? Let's talk to God." They go to God. God says, "Funny you should mention it. My son too." That's my time. Thank you.
It's cute.
It was. I actually thought it was very funny when Usman got introduced on stage by the rabbi. He got frisked. I thought that was actually a funny moment. You could see that would kind of lighten the mood in the crowd.
You can, and that's the beauty of comedy in so many ways, not just when it comes to religion, but anything that you're uncomfortable talking about. Putting it out there with a little humor does tend to immediately, sort of take down those barriers.
No
It
pun
disarms you,
intended.
yeah.
Exactly.